some move across the bay to San Francisco. But right now, trying to put on another show. Here in Oakland.
And speaking of a show, how about how many shows we saw in this building? The days of Run TMC, the killer crossover by Tim Hardaway, and how about the sweet shooting of Chris Mullen and Mitch Richmond?
Expect nothing short of greatness within these walls.
Hey, lock up.
Westbrook to George. Ferguson to Paul George. Has a look. Gets it to go. Didn't have many choices there. Lets it fly.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Klay Thompson picked up by Ferguson. To Durant. From the painted area, won't go down.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Russell Westbrook matched up with the two-time MVP. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Durant, tough matchup against George.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Thompson. Steph Curry here against Jeremy Grant. Fires the three, his first effort off the mark. Shot from the lane won't go.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Westbrook. To Adams. To George. Short jumper off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Time for some new personnel into the game. 3 titles in 4 years, new arena next year, Jay, in San Francisco. Crazy to think that any of these Warriors would want to go anywhere else.
It's the way they've been leveraging their brand off the court in Silicon Valley. You see guys like Kevin Durant, who have 35 Media, his own media production company, also making a ton of investments. You see Stephen Curry and Andre Iguodala investing in E-Game Sports, amongst other things. Actually got a chance to host a Players Technology Summit with Andre Iguodala, where he talked about a multitude of things that he's invested in. They're able to leverage the business outside the business of sport, which is why I think they'll stay around in the Silicon Valley for a very long time.
And it's rebounded by Green. Curry to bring it up. 2-point advantage. Knocked loose. Steph Curry against the former MVP, Green. Curry can't go down. Smothering defense to Westbrook. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open three-point shooters.
And the rebound comes down to the Thunder. Ferguson to Westbrook. George. Paul George. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Thompson buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Russell Westbrook takes aim at Steph Curry. A couple of cracks at the line now.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. It's Steph Curry with the rock. Fires the three. Not getting the bounce. Schroeder with the basketball. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Here comes the screen. Schroeder guarded by Klay Thompson. To Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. It's Westbrook. Can't connect.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Green to Thompson. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Thompson. 5 seconds to shoot. Thompson. Curry. It's good.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the three.
Paul George fires off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. That's it for the first quarter. The Warriors with the lead. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Warriors have the basketball. Here comes the screen. Livingston picked up by Schroeder. Short jumper stays out to Schroeder. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, That's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Schroeder. Gets to the basket and scores.
When I think about the biggest international names in the game today, Dennis Schroeder's name probably isn't the first that comes to mind. But did you know that he's one of only 3 players to ever play in the league from Germany? Detlef Schrempf, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dennis Schroeder. He is a blur with the basketball, and he will be the first or second option offensively down the court each and every possession.
Steph Curry matched up with Paul George.
Big kick right there.
To Durant. Has a chance. A shot by KD, no good.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Russell Westbrook in a matchup with Boogie. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jaw. Is only going to escalate.
Jay, you know the Warriors love challenges. As they go for a three-peat, why not try and incorporate the personality and presence of a DeMarcus Cousins?
Well, if there's anybody up for the challenge, it will be a head coach who's had multiple years in dealing with one of the hottest players, when I mean personality, hottest players in the league, and Draymond Green, and that's Steve Kerr. And look, DeMarcus Cousins is going to come back on this team probably after All-Star break, and I think he'll have a chance to really add another versatile piece. But in the interim, I think a guy like Jordan Bell is going to be huge. There's no more JaVale McGee in this squad, but a guy like Jordan Bell or Kevon Looney can give them the length and the intimidation of what they need down low on the blocks.
George. Warriors come away with it. Thompson. That won't go. And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
And that's going to be out of bounds off of George. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
City Thunder, number 9, Jeremy Grant.
Curry into the front court. Down 2. Runners good there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Curry, it's no good. Shot's not going down. Westbrook with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. To Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, bad pass there. Warriors have it.
When it's a tight game, those missed opportunities on the road make it tough.
Oh, they called the foul.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
George against the KG veteran Iguodala. To Westbrook. Count the basket at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Golden State basketball. Durant against Paul George. To Thompson. Beyond the arc for 3. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Nope. First one does not go. Gets a second to go with one more to come. Westbrook into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime. And Jay, they called the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
First try at the line, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Golden State at the controls. Durant against George. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
First one goes down. Two for two on that trip.
Keep working. Nice bustle.
DeMarcus Cousins. He's 2 for 2 now. There's no denying he is a big talent, but he has a large personality.
And his personality gets the best of him at times. When I think about personalities who are able to control their aggression, I think about Marcus Smart, I think about Draymond Green. The biggest key for DeMarcus Cousins, controlling his emotion instead of letting his emotions control him.
Curry into the front court. The margin is 3 as we approach halftime. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George. Down to 5 on the 24. Paul George, 4-2. He shoots, off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And Steph, he can make that shot with his eyes closed. Wide open, knocks down the 3. First half in the books. The Warriors with the lead. Through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Russ at the controls. 48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but in so many ways, the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not being there, him not being in Houston, them getting Andre Robertson back. He's
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation.
Oh, cookie.
Durant sizing up Jeremy Grant. To Curry. For 3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
He had such a great first half, but obvious adjustments were made defensively to shut him down, and now he's really starting to struggle.
Curry has it. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. Westbrook on a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Green to the basket, but the shot won't go.
And when you miss so many chippies right around the rim, you look at their points in the paint production. The first half, they were great. Second half, not so much.
From long range. Offensive. Oh, Draymond with the putback slam.
Green doesn't need to score to be effective. He's a more skilled Dennis Rodman of this generation. He's an undersized student of the game who can guard positions 1 through 5, a rarity even in today's style. And let me tell you what he's going to do. He's going to disrupt your game plan and probably try to get under your skin. So stay composed and don't go for the bait.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Durant across the timeline. Leads 5. Oh, it's blocked by Adams.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Ferguson to Westbrook. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
First one, count it.
Good shot, baby. Good shot.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Here's Curry with it up top. Leads 4. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Baseline drive. Big slam. Oh, he looked like he was on a mission. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook's shot won't go on the drive. Thompson to bring it into the front court. His team up by 7. Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason, Paul George, he chooses the Thunder, he stays in OKC.
And how about what Paul George said? He said, it's a perfect opportunity to submit myself and bring a championship where it has never been brought. And I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be Playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beast Boy?
Westbrook. George. Cousins there for the rebound. Thompson to bring it into the front court. His team leads it by 10. George defended by Cousins. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jim.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Cousins, that's his 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 4. Golden State Warriors are in the penalty.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. And Adams able to clear the board. Westbrook across the timeline. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Slam dunk Sean Livingston.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
It's Russ at the controls. Down to Grant. Trying to cash in. Shot by Ferguson off the mark. Durant with the basketball up top. Counting down toward a minute to play in this 3rd quarter. Smothering D. To George. A drive, but he can't get it to go. Cousins to Thompson.
I got some for him.
4-3. He was all over him. And a throwdown. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you, me and you.
Here's a chance from long range. Slams it home on the putback.
You see, to a lot of people, it's an oxymoron when you hear the word superstar and the phrase doing all the little things, but that's what the great ones do.
Russell Westbrook, defended by Steph Curry. Shot from the lane won't go. Durant won't go down. A bad pass there. Warriors have it. Deep three at the buzzer. Three quarters complete. The Warriors enjoying some breathing room right now. The Warriors with the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the third quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing it.
Livingston can't get that one to go. Defense was all over him. The Thunder have the possession. Westbrook going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Durant, he still can't find his range from deep. It's no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Ferguson to Westbrook. Turned away by Bell.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
It's Westbrook. It's no good. Great defense. Possession lies with Golden State. Thompson to Durant. Lets it fly from long range. And Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
That's a dangerous spot. Kevin Durant wide open. He nails it.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. And it's grabbed by Westbrook.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
Oh, he had him there for a second. Baseline drive, just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Okay, look, not everything is going to make it into the scouting report.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Durant matched up with Paul George. And Patterson grabs the rebound. Fires the three. Can't connect. It's no good. Durant across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Durant. He drills the three.
It is extremely prevalent right now for three-point shooters because of the skill set at every position is that versatile. Even your 5s and 4s can knock down threes at a high clip.
It's a world of great three-point shooters and great three-point shooting teams. Russell Westbrook against Cousins. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook to Adams. Steven Adams with the slam.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Durant. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Great pass to set it up. Adams. George against the former Finals MVP. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Durant against Paul George. To Thompson. Durant. Off the iron. No good. To Westbrook. Rejected by...
Oh! And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Schroeder. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Nice pass to set things up. He throws it down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Paul George locked in. Hits the tough three.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Durant. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
George on the drive, but his shot misses. Warriors have it. Durant. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. It's the Warriors who get the victory as they win this one. On EA Sports.